Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Griffin-Spalding County Schools for Winter Sports Media Day. Today is November 4th, 2025. Before we start, we want to encourage anybody watching us live on YouTube. Today is Election Day in Georgia, so if you haven't cast your ballot and you are of the age to do so, we encourage you to go cast your ballot and make your voice heard. Today, again, is November 4th, 2025, and we will be joined by the rifle, swim, wrestling, and basketball teams from Griffin High School and Spalding High School for Griffin-Spalding County Schools Winter Sports Media Day. Our first sport will be riflery, and we'll start with some questions for our coaches and then have some questions from our student athletes. We're going to hop right in it. First question will start with Colonel Flegler. If you'll introduce yourself and the student athletes to your right and include their grade level for us, please. Try that. There we go.
Hey, AD, I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to spend some time here today. This is a wonderful opportunity. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel Flegler, Jr., and I'd like to introduce my scholar athletes here. To my right is my co-captain. She's a junior, Josiah Edmonds. And to my far right is Jody Lynn McClure. She's a 10th grader, and also she's my co-captain.
Thank you, Colonel. Major Johnson, if you'll introduce yourself as well as the students to your left and their grade level.
Afternoon, my name is Major Darren Johnson. I am the rifle coach for the 25-26 season. To my left is Abigail Rojas Mendez. She's a junior. She's been with me 2 years. Jacob Hubert, he's a senior. He's been with me 4 years. He's also my captain. And Ace Bessel is a senior. He's been with me 4 years, and he's my co-captain.
Perfect. And we're going to stay with you, Major, next and go to Colonel Flegler. Major, tell us, what are you most looking forward to this season?
Excited about this season because I have 5 of the 8 members of my team have been with me more than 1 year or more. So I'm excited. My goal, success for us, is to make it to the area playoffs and then try to make it to state. But I'm just excited. I feel good. We're starting to gel right now. We've shot 2 matches, and right now we're 1-1. So I'm just excited about this rifle season.
That's great. Colonel Flegler, if you'll tell us, what are you excited about this year?
I'm truly excited about initially the output that I'm getting from my team. This is a young team, only 3 returning fires out of 11. And what I'm looking forward to is just to have a safe and very fun season with these fires. They come to practice each and every day, very enthusiastic, and I love being a part of that. So I'm looking forward to a successful, safe, and fun season.
Perfect. And we're going to stay next question with you, Colonel, before we go to Major. And if you guys we're going to ask you to talk about practice, but if you also talk to us about kind of how these rifle matches look. I know some of our people watching may not understand that the students fire from 3 different positions, but if you could kind of walk us through kind of what that looks like competitively, but also then how do you structure a practice to prep for those competitions?
Appreciate the question there. Really appreciate the question. Again, we do fire in a 3-position match, and those positions consist of a prone position, kneeling position, as well as a standing position. You should see the young athletes before a match. I mean, you could cut the tension with a knife. We usually play a little jazz music to have them meditate and just get all the negative energy out of their souls, if you will. And we try to simulate that in practice as well. But what we do is a day in the life in a practice session is they'll receive their rifles out of the arms room, and they'll put them in the case and take them to the rifle range, and then I mean, it is by the numbers. I mean, everything is by the numbers. We tell them to move up to the firing line, and we'll probably start with a prone positioning, firing at first. And once they're done, they'll go back, ground their weapons, making sure that it is in a safe position. Then we go through a kneeling position as well as a standing position. And so that's how we go about the matches, and we try to practice the way we preach at a real live match. We do exactly what we do in practice to simulate what goes on in a match.
Perfect, thank you. Major, same question. If you can kind of talk to us maybe, because it's Colonel Flegler talked to us about how the matches are structured. If you can maybe just mention kind of how they're scored and how you compete, but then also talk about practice after that.
Absolutely. Let me just piggyback on what Colonel Flegler said. You know, it's 3 position. All right, each position you could score up to 100 points. 292, if you score 292 in any match, you qualify for state. So when you go to state, there's an individual qualification, there's a team qualification. When you shoot a match, it's 5 shooters per team, and you take the top 4 scores and you score it there. So you kind of got like one throwaway match, and I won't use that throwaway in a negative term, but you get to eliminate one match, and then but it's you go in order. Okay, you shoot kneeling first, then you do prone, and then you do standing. Once the match is over, we send the scorecards through a digital computer, and it reads out the match, and that's typical how a match is run.
Perfect. And Colonel, if you could, Major, if you'll talk to us, your practices probably look a little different than Colonel Flegler's. Colonel Flegler and Griffin has a range on site. Can you talk to us about having to travel and how that impacts your team and how you guys work practicing it? Do you practice on site or do you practice at Old Mill?
Sure, I'm going to advocate for a range too as we speak.
Go ahead.
Right now we have a trailer that we practice on. It's regulation, it's rifle regulation, but we only have 6 lanes in it. So we don't shoot matches there, because if we did, the match will be twice as long as it should be. But a typical practice for us, we go to the 3 positions, prone, kneeling, and standing. But my focus this year, because I know the money positions is the standing position. So we practice a little bit more in the standing position than we do the other 3. But if you can't score high in the standing position, then you're not going to be successful when you go to a match.
Got it. And we'll stay, Major, with you and go to Colonel on this next question. What key attributes or things are you looking for from your athletes to be successful this season? What makes them a good rifle athlete?
Consistency. You can't get better if you're not in practice. And these 3 fine students right next to me, they are also a member of the rifle team. 2 of them are members of the Raider team. So it's consistency and communication with other coaches. Right now, 2 of these fine athletes will be going down to Millersville this weekend to compete in the Raiders competition. So we have a match on Thursday. We have our internal match where we shoot against each other to see the top 5 will go on to a match. But I would say consistency, communication, and just practice. You got to practice. Rifle is not a sport where you can just come out and shoot. You got to practice. Practice, practice, practice.
Perfect. Colonel, it's going to be the same question to you. What key attributes or things make your athletes successful at rifle?
I really appreciate the question there. I think what really makes my scholar athletes successful is the fact that they have to relax, and they have to be patient when it comes to being a good rifleman. You can't rush. You got to stay steady as you go. And again, relax, relax, relax. And I have to piggyback off of my colleague, Major Johnson. Consistency is the key. But practice makes perfect. And so in order for them to be successful, they got to come to practice in the right frame of mind. Relax, leave all the negative energy outside of the range, and just stay focused.
Perfect, perfect. And Colonel, one more question for the coaches. We'll start with you, and talk to us about success. What would make this season a success for your program, either on the range or off the range?
Well, I appreciate that. Off the range, a success is to have all my scholar athletes maintain the grade point average to remain on the team. They have to start with success in the classroom, and I emphasize that with each and every one of them. On the range, success, it's staying consistent and just trying to beat our opponent. You know, our school won a state championship in 2011, and we want to get back to that glory day, if you will. And I think we have the team. Have a young team. I think we have the young team to really go ahead and start gravitating toward getting back to a state level championship team. And so success is continuing to improve each and every match on the range. And we're seeing that already.
Perfect, perfect. And Major, same question to you. How would you define success for your program this season, either on the range or off the range?
I'm going to echo what Colonel Flecker said, academics first. And my shooters know that if you're failing, I check grades every week. So they know if they're failing, don't even come out to practice because I'm going to send you home. Or if you do come practice, you're going to sit right beside me and do your work while everybody else is practicing. So academic is number one. It's student athlete first. Number two is zero accidents. Zero accidents. If we can go the whole season, which we did last year with zero accidents, then that's success. And then the topping on the cake is these two young men that I mentioned earlier, Jacob Hubert and Ace Battle. They've been with me since they were freshmen. I would love to go to the state and win the state for them as a going-away present for them. So that's my three things for success this season.
Perfect, thank you. We're going to move to our student athletes. We're going to ask you guys a series of questions. Our first question, we're going to start, Jody Lynn, with you, and we're going to work all the way down. This first one, I think you're going to find is okay. You just got to tell us your name, your grade level, and tell us your favorite firing position. Do you like prone, kneeling, or standing? Go ahead, Jody Lynn.
My name is Jody Lynn. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite shooting position is prone.
All right, Josiah.
My name is Josiah Edmonds. I'm in 11th grade, and I'd say my favorite firing position is between standing and prone.
Abigail.
My name is Abigail Rojas Mendez. I'm a junior, and my favorite shooting position would be kneeling.
Jacob.
My name is Jacob Huber. I'm a senior at Spalding High School, and my favorite firing position is the kneeling position.
Okay, great. Ace.
Ace Betzel. I'm a senior at Spalding High School, and my favorite shooting position is prone.
Nobody likes standing, huh? We'll start with Ace and work our way back down, all right, for this next question. Ace, tell us your strengths as a shooter, and how do you use those to make the team successful?
So my strengths as a shooter is I know how the proper ways to sit and then lay down in the prone and kneeling, as well as how to use the sling, which helps you stabilize and balance your weapon so you don't sway as much. And I use that by helping and showing the other team members how they should use it or how they can use it to help improve their shootings in the prone and kneeling.
Perfect, perfect. Jacob, you're going to get the same question. What are your strengths, and how do you use those to make the team successful?
I feel like my strengths are going back to the basics. That's the breathing techniques and knowing how to properly shoot the rifle, hold the rifle, and that really helps with shooting. It affects it a lot more than people think it does. And if you can master the basic techniques, you can master riflery.
Perfect, perfect. Abigail, same question. What are your strengths as a shooter, and how do you use those to make your team successful?
One strength I would say is I'm working to be more consistent, and in working to be more consistent, it can help the team better help me as a shooter. If I have a problem but I'm still coming in to practice and I voice it, they'll come help me. And then in that we can all just be successful together as a team.
Perfect, perfect. Josiah, same question. Tell us what are your strengths and how do you use those to make the team successful?
I'd say some of my strengths are the fact that I've been on the team for a long time, and the fact that I have patience, because as Colonel has stated, we do have a lot of young people on the team. Most of our team is made up of first years, so a lot of them, they haven't shot rifles before. They don't know how to work their way around ranges or anything like that. So me having the experience of being on the team from last year, I'm able to help guide them around the range with their rifles, help them with anything they may need.
Perfect, perfect. Jody Lynn, same question. Tell us about your strengths as a shooter and how you use those to make the team successful.
I think my strengths are teamwork, helping out with the team, and being consistent with my positions.
Perfect. This next question, we'll start with Josiah and then go to Jody Lynn and then go over to the Spalding students. Okay, so Josiah, I want you to talk about practice. How has practice been so far this season, and what are you as an individual focused on improving?
If it's okay, I'm going to answer the second question first.
Oh, perfect.
What I'm focusing on improving right now is being more steady while shooting, because in the standing and kneeling positions, it does take like a big toll on, well, especially on me, because I do tend to sway a lot. So I'm focusing on trying to stay steady and not sway. And then practice, it's actually been really good this season. It's just been a little stressful, especially since, because this year we're becoming a little more organized than we were last year. But and just trying to, figure out what our pace is and trying to get everyone situated and trying to get everyone the experience for a match that they need before they actually go into it.
That's perfect. Very helpful, I know. Jody Lynn, same question. Talk to us about how practice has been and what you're focused on improving, okay?
Practice has been very good this year because we are, as Josiah said, we are a lot more organized and we work a lot better. Could you repeat the second?
Yeah, just tell us, what are you trying to improve in practice? Is there a technique or a position that you're really working on?
I'm working on improving my kneeling and standing because they are not as steady as prone as I like them to be.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So we'll go to Abigail and work our way down. Same question. Tell us how practice has been this season and what are you focused on improving?
In all truth, I haven't been to practice because I'm also I multitask with different sports such as Raiders. But when I do come, it is just kind of refreshing my memory.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to improve is my standing because I guess I gas out and it takes a long time for me to get back on the strength to actually shoot. So I do take a lot more time. And yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you. Jacob, talk to us about practice this season and what you're focused on improving.
Again, this season we're focusing on basics, especially at practice, going over those techniques and everything. Me personally, I'm focusing on refining those techniques in the standing position specifically, because in the standing position, you don't have nearly as much stability as you do in like positions like the prone. And it takes a lot more technique and patience to truly make those shots shine in a standing position.
Great. Ace, talk to us about practice this season, what you're focused on improving.
Practice this season has been pretty great. Seeing everybody, new and old, come back out, help teaching them how to work around the range and showing them just different techniques and stuff to use for prone, kneeling, and standing. For me, specifically, I'm focusing on my breathing and stability in standing and a little bit in kneeling so that I don't sway as much and I can improve my score.
Perfect. This last question for our student athletes, we're going to start with Abigail and work our way out and come over to Griffin. So we've talked about y'all's individuals, so now I want you to think about your team. So Abigail, what is the team's biggest strength, Spalding High Rifle team, and why?
I feel like the biggest ever is getting along. We all get along. There hasn't been any drama between each other, and I feel like that overall improves how we perform.
That's perfect. Great. Jacob, tell us, what do you think is your team's biggest strength and why?
Once again, like Major Johnson said, we have a lot more people this year that have came back from previous years, a lot of returning shooters. So we all know how to get along and how each other work interconnected on the team. And that will overall improve like the general outcome of a match because everyone get along, it'll be a better mood. And if you have a good mood, you can have a good match.
That's great. Ace, won't you tell us what your team's biggest strength is and why?
Our biggest strength on our team is just the teamwork we have. We are able to stay around each other and keep our morale up and push each other to work harder and get better. And the amount of knowledge that we have on our team with all the old people that are still here in Major, we can all teach each other the techniques that are harder and that some people may not know.
Great. Josiah, tell us, what's your team's biggest strength? What's the Griffin Rifle team's biggest strength?
I'd say our biggest strength is like how well we work together. Because as we said before, there's only 3 people that have returned from last year. And usually when there's new people on the team, it's sort of awkward. But this year when all the new 9th graders or some 10th graders came in, it was an instant click. It was like we're family. So like there's no bickering. We get along really well.
That's awesome. That's great. Jody Lynn, tell us, what's your team's biggest strength and why?
Our biggest strength is organization because we have a set goal for each practice. We have to get in, do what we need to do for our practicing, and then we get out.
That's great. So this question is going to go for any of our students, and you can answer in any order. And I just want you to think, if I'm sitting at home watching this on YouTube at my phone, and I have never seen a rifle match, I don't know anything about it, what is one thing about riflery that you want people to know? It can be about the matches, it can be about the practice, it can be about the hardest thing or the easiest thing, but what is one thing that you think people should know about the sport of air rifle? Anyone pop up?
Not as easy as it looks.
It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, that's great. Ace, what you got?
You don't just pick up a weapon and start shooting. It's a lot about precision, and it takes a lot more skill than it sounds like.
Takes a lot of precision and skill. I like that. Anybody else? Awesome. Hey, Colonel and Major, if you guys will just tell us one thing, if you'll tell us if there's something you want folks to know about your sport, maybe that folks don't know, but also tell us where can we see you guys? When is a home match or a match maybe y'all are playing each other coming up soon? Rifle season, if I'm not wrong, I think it goes really from now through the early part of next year, correct? You shoot about once a week, and so I know the season is really long, but if there are any upcoming matches or home matches that you guys like to highlight, we'd love for you to do that now.
Absolutely there. I think we go head-to-head with Spalding on the 11th, which is next Tuesday. And I'm just letting you know, Spalding, we're putting the gloves on. Okay.
Oh.
And you can also see us. We have 2 matches next week. We'll take the team down to Mary Persons High School to compete with that school as well. And so, and then obviously, if you want to, our practice is always open to the public, and you can go to Griffin High School. We have a 10-lane range, have space for spectators to come and just kind of witness our practice and see the time and effort that goes in to get these young folks prepared for our matches there.
Perfect. Major?
We've been on the road for our first 2 matches, so we're fortunate to be home tomorrow and next week. We shoot 2 matches next week because we only shoot 1 match in December. We didn't want to be shooting matches during finals, but it's exciting. It's new, and I think if people come out and saw these young student athletes, they will be surprised. The techniques that they display while in a match. So if you can, just come out and watch us. We shoot our home match on Searcy Road right next to UPS. It's a big red building, looks like a haunted house. We call it the dungeon, but that's where we shoot our home matches at because we don't have a rifle range, a certified rifle range at our school. But then we go to Griffin next week, so it'll be a great match. One thing I could say, it's more a gentleman's agreement, and don't take it the wrong way. After every match, we shake hands and then we eat a meal together, both teams. So it's something that we started. They started it probably 10 years ago. That we eat, we fire against each other, and then after that we sit down and we talk and we eat and we talk about the different things, the different techniques. So the student athletes get to share their techniques with other students.
That's great. That's great. And you said next Tuesday, Griffin and Spalding are playing or shooting against each other, and that will be at Old Mill or at Griffin High?
That's going to be at Griffin High.
And about what time would that start?
And we'll probably kick off. We usually kick off around 5 o'clock,
5 o'clock.
p.m. And the matches you generally last about an hour to an hour and a half. But we welcome you all to come out and anyone to come out and just check us out. Check these scholar athletes out.
Perfect. And I think you guys, what I took from today, from our student athletes, from our coaches, is some great life lessons. I think rifle obviously teaches us that sometimes faster isn't always better, right? We've got to slow down. We've got to take deep breaths and make sure we're doing it right, not quickly. And also, Major, what you said there is an even better life lesson, I think, for our students that we compete hard, and at the end of the day, we shake hands and we sit down and we realize ultimately that, this is one community and we're all on the same team. And so I appreciate all the hard work students y'all put in, coaches you guys put in. Know that you're appreciated. We appreciate what you guys do and how you represent us, and hopefully we'll see you guys being successful this year. And we're now going to transition between rifle and swim. As we do that, we want our rifle athletes to come in front. We're going to take a group photo. We'll have a brief transition as we get our swim folks up here. So thank you, guys. Welcome back to Griffin-Spalding County Schools Winter Sports Media Day. We are now joined by the swim teams from Griffin High School and Spalding High School. We're going to go through a series of questions with the coaches and followed by the student athletes. Our first question will start with Coach Mullins. If you'll introduce yourself, Coach, and the student athletes to your left. Include their position or their grade level and also what events they mainly swim for you.
Hello, my name is Lorenza Mullins. I am the head swim coach at Griffin High School. With me today, I have two of my seniors. One is Aaron Hill. He will be swimming the 50 free as well as the 100 breast and possibly back butterfly. I have Mr. Stephen Thompson, and he does every event from every stroke. So he does all 4 strokes, and he's also a senior.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach. Coach Burke, introduce yourself if you would, and the student athletes to your left, including their grade and the strokes they swim.
I'm Coach Burke from Spalding High School, and with me I have 3 seniors today. I have Ellie Rogers first. She does some freestyle and some breaststroke. Then I have Hector Cruz, and he does a lot of freestyle and butterfly. And then I have Olivia Vickers, who's new with us this year, and she will probably be doing a lot of freestyle.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Coach Burke, we're going to stay with you for this next question. Talk to us what you're looking forward to most this season.
We are looking forward to improvement a lot. We've had a swim team at Spalding now for a couple of years, but we had a big gap in the Griffin Gators program, like in our community. So that really hurt our high school program because we haven't had the feeder program to build our high school program. But now it's back up and going again, so we're hoping that the future looks bright for our high school team. But we just want to see the swimmers that we have that were on the Griffin Gators like years ago continue to improve themselves like at the high school level. And for our new people that might not have ever swum before, like to learn technique, to learn strokes, and then just to feel comfortable in the pool and then improve, like just get better.
That's great. That's great. Coach Mullins, tell us, what are you most looking forward to this year?
Much looking for the same thing, improvement. I also looking forward to attending state again this year. We have some new swimmers, so teaching them the techniques, the correct way of breathing and swimming. So same thing, we're pretty much looking to improve.
Perfect. And Coach Mullins, we'll stay with you. And you guys both mentioned improvement, and we know you can't really improve unless you're working at it, right? You're practicing, you're working on perfecting your craft. So how do you guys structure your practices and schedule those to make sure you get the most bang for your buck and your students improve?
Okay. So we have practice twice a week, and we're swimming about 2 hours in that practice. We split it up on Mondays. We're trying to work on technique and speed. And then on Thursdays, that's when we're doing our endurance swimming part of it. We also like to do peer leadership. So our more advanced swimmer, like Mr. Stephen Thompson, he will come in and he will start teaching students how to properly dive in, flip turn. So we're utilizing our student athletes as well to be leaders.
Awesome. Great. Thanks. Coach Burke, same question for you. Talk to us about what you're focused on practicing to prepare for this season.
First of all, you have to really want to be committed to swim at Spalding because our practice is before school at 6 a.m. So to get there is the first commitment. And then we swim a couple of days a week, so we require the swimmers to be there 50% of the time. And so we also divide our practice up where we work on endurance, we work on technique, we use our master swimmers to help with dives and flip turns and some of the more advanced strokes. So it's very similar to what Griffin does.
That's perfect. Thank you. And we'll stay with you, Coach Burke, for this next question. What key either skills or attributes are you looking for this season from your student athletes that'll help your team be successful?
Really, we just want people who want to try and to want to work hard to get better. So that's all we can really ask for. Like it's already a really, really hard sport to swim, and even to swim something past a 50 just requires a lot of endurance and just a lot of perseverance to keep doing it and to keep coming back to practice, and it's painful. It's very, very painful sport. So we just want people who are willing to work, and it takes a certain type of student athlete that's willing to even do it. because it's just so mentally hard to stick with swim. So I just think, our big goal is to have students that want to be out there just to feel successful. Like we want them to show up at a meet and to get a faster time than they did in their race that they had to meet before. We want to see our relay teams improve, like to work together and to be able to get faster. And the ultimate goal is to get a state cut, and to make it to Georgia Tech like in February. That would be the ultimate goal. But if we don't, we just want to see us get better and better every meet that we have.
That's great. That's great. Coach Mullen, same question. Talk to us about the key skills or attributes that help students be successful.
Most definitely perseverance. Like Miss Burke just stated, Coach Burke just stated, swim is not an easy sport. You have to be dedicated to it. Spalding get up at 6, they have to be at the pool by 6. We're leaving school going straight to the pool. So it takes a lot of dedication to do it. So not giving up, because we have a lot of swimmers, like she stated earlier, we didn't have the feeder program from Griffin Gators. Now they're back up and running. We're still having students who are coming in and they're wanting to just learn how to swim. So just getting them in the pool and learning how to swim and using the correct techniques, it's kind of hard, because sometimes when they do that 25, they giving up. So just perseverance mainly, making sure that our students stay committed to the sport.
And I want to follow up on that and ask you both this next question, because I think you hit the nail on the head. You mentioned something about swim, which is it's a really difficult sport, but it's also kind of a unique sport in that it's an individual sport and a team sport, both at the same time. And so talk to us about dealing with all that. How would you measure success? While you've got some swimmers that may be state qualifiers and challenging for a state championship versus other swimmers that have barely gotten in the pool before, how do you measure success as a coach, and how do you teach your students to deal with, like Coach Burke talked about, those kind of incremental gains sometimes that we look for?
One of the things we look for is a faster time. We are competing with yourself. Yes, you're in the pool with other people, but you're competing against beating your time from your previous time. And sometimes that may take an entire season. And with swim, you may not take off a full second. You may take off a millionth of a second. It just depends. So just making sure that you are better than what you were before. I have some students that, for example, I have one of my swimmers. She swam a 100 backstroke, and it took her about 2 to 3 minutes to do it. Now she's cutting that time down to less than 2 minutes. So making sure we're just increasing on that time. I have some students who will dive in and do a 50, but they can't do the flip turn. By the end of the season, they have the flip turn mastered. So it's those little small things that we're looking for.
Perfect. Coach Burke, same question with all the variables that we mentioned. How do you measure success for your athletes?
I would echo what Coach Mullen said. Like, we have students, athletes that last year they could hardly swim a 25. So for them to swim the length of the pool and do a flip turn and come back, we would give a standing ovation for that, like if they actually did it at a meet, And so we've had, to do a 100 after that is even a greater milestone. So it's just, and we've got a student athlete that they went to state last year, and we would love to see her go to state again and get a higher place, than she did last year. So it just depends on the individual. So that it is a very individual sport, but like you said, the team is what makes it, because that's where you're going to get your encouragement. Sport's really hard, and without that encouragement, it's not fun. Like if you don't have that team aspect with the encouragement that comes along with it.
Perfect. We're now going to talk to our student athletes, and we'll start with Stephen and work our way down for this first question. Tell us your name, your grade level, and what is your favorite event to swim?
My name is Stephen Thompson. I'm in 12th grade. And my favorite event to swim would probably be 100 free.
100 free, great. Aaron.
My name is Aaron Hill. I'm in 12th grade, and my favorite event to swim.
Got it. Perfect. We're going to stay with Olivia, and we're going to talk about you as a swimmer or as a teammate, right? What do you think your biggest strength is as a member of the team, either in the pool or out of the pool, and how does that help make your team successful?
I feel like just showing up, especially considering how early you have to be there, being consistent, asking questions, it helps me be better for my team overall, just showing up.
That's perfect. Hector, same question. What are your strengths, and how do you use those to make the team successful?
I think I'm very I like to motivate my teammates, encourage them, push them past their limits, and really that.
That's perfect. Motivation, very important. Ellie, talk to us about your strengths as a swimmer and how you use those to make the team successful.
My strengths as a swimmer is probably just I like being there for my team, and I like motivating people, I like cheering for my teammates, and that's pretty much it.
Perfect, perfect. Aaron, same question. Talk to us about your strengths, either in or out of the pool, and how you use those to make the team successful.
My strengths of being able to like take the first step or pushing my teammates to the next limit. I think it brings a lot of character and strengths to my team.
Perfect. Steven?
I think my strengths as a team, or as my to the team, is being like the netting for the team and being there for everybody, as well as also kind of setting the standard to have people to be like the guy people can look up to improve their races and events, just like help everybody get to the next level together.
Perfect, perfect. Next question is going to start with Ellie and work our way out, and then we'll come over to Griffin. And so, Ellie, tell us how practice has been so far this season and what you are trying to improve as an individual.
Practice obviously been hard because after not swimming for since last season, it's a lot tougher than it would be if you're swimming for a few months in a row. But what was the second part?
Just what are you trying to improve on?
Oh, I'm trying to improve on my flip turns because they're really slow.
Perfect, great. Hector, talk to us about your perception on practice. How's that been and what you're improving on?
So I haven't started practicing, but I know when I start practicing, it'll be very difficult because, what Ellie said, it's been a while since we haven't swim. But what I'm mostly focused on this year is really fixing up my technique, in freestyle and butterfly, break my records, really just improve my techniques and improving them.
Perfect. Olivia, same question. Tell us what you're focused on improving.
Overall, I'm just focused on improving my time or just overall just techniques, anything, since I really haven't had any experience.
That's perfect. Aaron, same thing. Tell us what you've been focused on improving.
I've been focusing on improving my flip turns, my dive-ins. Practice, starting off, it has been hard, but the more you go, the easier it gets.
Perfect. Steven, same question.
I've been working on speed, especially for the 50. Have high expectations and high hopes this season for it. That's it.
Perfect. All right, Aaron, we're going to stay with you over here and then go to Steven and then go to Ellie and Spalding. Aaron, what's your team's biggest strength and why?
I would say my team's biggest strength is unity. Being able to come together and solve problems and have others help each other and get through, some struggles, you might have with swimming, if you can't dive right, being there for each other. I think that's what makes our team strong.
Got it. Steven?
I think what makes our team strong is unity, as well as being able to laugh together, being able to make fun of a lot of situations to kind of keep everybody and keep team morale up. When the morale's up, so is your ability to do things.
That's awesome. Ellie, talk to us about your team's biggest strength and why.
I think my team's biggest strength is that everyone's really helpful. If you don't know how to do something, there's always going to be someone that's going to help you and motivate you to be able to do it.
Hector?
I think for us as teams, we are very we like to motivate each other and push and help us beat our record, basically. Really just motivate ourselves and yeah.
Go ahead, Olivia.
I feel like I can vouch off of what both of them said. They're very uplifting, encouraging. If you ever need help, they're always down to explain. They never like hesitate to help you out.
Perfect, perfect. I've got a couple more questions for you. I want to start kind of with Stephen. He's had some really great success right last year. So talk to us about kind of how you want to follow that up. You had a great placement at the state meet last year. What have you done since then to try to prepare for this season, and what are your goals as an individual this year?
I started off where I left off last year, have even bigger dreams this year. We're shooting for gold, bottom line. I'm going for #1 at state this season, and I believe I'm going to do it. So.
Awesome. Love it. Aaron, what is one thing you wish people would know about swim that maybe they don't know or don't understand?
One thing that I would want them to know is that it might seem difficult at first with strokes and learning, with breathing, but the more you do it, the easier it really gets, and the better you can be at this sport.
Perfect. Ellie, what is your favorite thing about being on the swim team?
I just really like having something to do during the winter, and I like when my family comes and cheers me on, and I just like the people. So.
That's great. Hector, I want to ask you the same question I asked Aaron. Kind of tell us, what do you think people should know about swim, maybe that they don't know or understand, your classmates or family members or other people?
So first, it is very fun. Like, swimming is like a good sport to like train whatever body parts you want to train. It is very, like, it helps you condition for like any sports. So like, for example, you can get ready for soccer, basketball, football. Really, it is very helpful for your body, keeping you in shape, and it's very fun too.
That's great. And Olivia, you mentioned you haven't swam a lot previously, right? And you just came out. Tell us what made the swim team something you wanted to do. And
Well, my friends have been trying to get me to be on it for a while, and I also work at the pool, so it's just seeing everybody swim. It showed me that I never thought that I would be a swimmer or swim. And then once I tried it out, it was actually very fun.
Awesome. And Coach Mullins and Coach Burke, if you guys will just tell us maybe some upcoming times we can see you guys in action, if there's any place. I know we have our Spalding County Aquatic Center, if there's any local meets we have, or if not here, if there's some close that you'd like to highlight, so we can watch you guys in action.
Speak for both of us. Griffin, I think swim really exemplifies what Griffin-Spalding unity is. We do everything together. If we could practice together, we'd probably practice together as well. If they want to come to our practice, they're able to come. If we can go to, and they've opened it up, if we want to come to theirs, we can. We do all our meets together. So our first meet is coming up. It's going to be, the closest one is probably going to be Perry. Perry will be the closest one. That's in January. That's the last chance meet. But as far as any other closer meets, we do not at the time. We are looking to possibly hold one, not this season, at the Aquatic Center. We just don't have the timing system right now to have it. But like I said before, we do pretty much all of our meets together. So we're one big happy swim family.
That's awesome, and I appreciate the unity that you guys show and representing our community. You guys, students and coaches, we know that you work hard when a lot of us may still be asleep, or when a lot of your classmates are exhausted and want to go lay on the couch. You guys are getting in the pool, right? And we appreciate your hard work. We appreciate you representing us, our community, and our schools. You do it with class and with skill, and we're very proud of you. And want to congratulate you and thank you for being part of the swim team. We're going to wrap up our swim section and move into wrestling at this point. So if the swimmers, if you want to come in front, we're going to take a picture of you guys together, and then we'll move on from there. Thank you, guys. Welcome back to Griffin-Spalding County Schools Winter Sports Media Day. We're now joined by the wrestling coaches and teams from Griffin High School and Spalding High School. First set of questions will go to our coaches. We'll start with Coach Hoffman first. If Coach Hoffman, you'll introduce yourself, the student athletes to your left, including their name and their grade level. Thank you.
I'm Tyler Hoffman. I'm one of the head coaches at Spalding High. I have senior Jonathan Kanzler, junior John Searcy, and sophomore Tommy Glass with me.
Got it. And Coach Ham, if you'll introduce yourself as well as the student athletes to your right.
So, I'm Nathan Ham, the head coach at Griffin. So, on the end, I have senior Shane Henson. In the middle, I have senior Jaden Thomas. And right beside me, I have junior Zoe Scott.
Perfect. And Coach Ham, we'll stay with you. What are you most looking forward to this season as a coach? It's your first year as the head coach. So tell me what you're most looking forward to.
So this season, I'm most looking forward to just seeing fight from my guys. Seeing the aggression, making sure that we're finishing matches. We're not just going out there and trying to do something and getting confused. We're going out and we're fighting. We're going to the end of every match.
Perfect. Coach Hoffman, same question. You've been building this program for a few years, you and the other coaches, Coach Miller and others. So what are you most looking forward to this year versus maybe other years? Our program's really grown. I think we're at 57 wrestlers right now. And 5 years ago when I started this thing, we only had 8. So we're kind of changing things up the way we do things now. We're not just a learning team anymore. So I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is, can we start transitioning into a team of knowledgeable wrestlers that are just gritty and tough and not so much in that learning stage of getting through the basics anymore. And then going along with that, we'll stay with you, Coach Hoffman. Talk to us about practice. You've got some wrestlers that obviously have experience and some that are newer. How do you prepare your students in practice to get out there and compete when you've got a team that is, number one, large, but also too varied in experience levels? So really, honestly, I mean, it's been good and bad. I've got these guys that have been doing this now with me for 3 and 4 years, and so having them there with so many kids, it's almost like running 2 practices. So my older kids, they're stepping in, helping my newer kids, younger, as we're going through the learning stages with them. Also giving them the ability to hone in on what they've been taught, and then it gives those younger kids a chance when these older guys are going to kind of see the way practice should be. They get to see it, live. They get to kind of focus in, see the expectation that we've set. We've also changed our practice because we're now in this high performance, fast paced style of wrestling now. We're not, we're not doing as many breaks. We're focusing in more on the weight aspect, the endurance aspect, the just being in wrestling shape. Not so much let's focus in on understanding, hey, you got to do A, B, C, and D to accomplish this. It's just go. Great. Same question, Coach Ham. Talk to us about what you're focused on in practice to prep for the season.
So, my focus right now at practice, we have a lot of incoming freshmen and sophomore that are first-time wrestlers right now. So it's teaching them the basics, getting them used to what your body has to go through during wrestling and the amount of conditioning you have to do. And that's why I'm thankful for the ones that I brought with me, because as my older few that were with me last year, if I'm not watching, they know how to step in and push the pace with the younger ones, show them what pace to go at. Show them how a move should look, even if I'm working with somebody else. And it also makes them better because it's showing them, hey, I know how to do this move and actually break it down into steps, not just run through it and say I did it. Great. I'm going to go off script a little bit, and either one of y'all can answer first, coaches. But
few years ago, there were some scoring changes, I know, to wrestling that kind of changed the sport at the high school level, at least in my perception. Can y'all talk about kind of how wrestling has evolved over, the last few years and why the sport today looks a little different and is, and what those changes have meant for your day-to-day wrestling?
So one of the big changes with wrestling is instead of a takedown being worth 2 points, it's now worth 3. So before, it was almost seen as I don't want to go for takedowns as aggressively because I'm not gaining as much of an advantage because you get 1 point for an escape or 2 for a reversal. Well, going to 3 points for a takedown is pushing more offense. You want to gain those points because now if I get a takedown and they escape, I'm up to 2 points still. It's not as close as it used to be. So it's pushing the pace and making the kids have to up their endurance, up their knowledge of what they're doing.
Perfect. You have anything to add, Coach?
No, I mean he pretty much hit it on the head. It's definitely pushed the pace. You don't see as much defensive wrestling anymore. It increases the action a lot more than definitely what it used to be.
Yeah, I think from a spectator perspective, it's a lot more entertaining as well. So I'm sure it's a lot more hard to prepare for your wrestlers, but it certainly is a lot more action than what it had gotten to be, especially at some of those higher level things. So let's talk about success, right? We'll go with Coach Ham. Tell us, how do you measure success for Griffin wrestling this year? What does that look like on the mat, but also off the mat?
So success is we've sat down as a team and marked out, they've each written down goals they have for themselves, not only as a wrestler, but as a human being, as a scholar. So for us to be successful, it's meeting those goals, not just performance on the mat, but as a team, we have a team goal of having a 3.0 GPA. So that's B's across the board. If we're not meeting those goals, we all have accountability partners. I also have my assistant coach as my accountability partner. So, yes, we want to perform on the mat, but we also want to make sure that we're becoming better people. We're becoming the scholars we want to be. Because I'd much rather see you walk the stage at graduation and jobs and colleges know that they're getting a great student that has this background in wrestling rather than a wrestler that has a background in education.
Perfect. Coach Hoffman, talk to us, too, about how you define success for Spalding wrestling this year, both on the mat and off the mat.
My guys pretty much know the standard that we've set. We've kept a 100% graduation rate through our program since I've been there. And that standard doesn't change, and they know that. So off the mat, that same success and standard that we're having there we're not lacking on that. As far as on the mat, just are we improving in our technique and mindset every day? Are we mentally wrestling ready, when it's our chance to step up? And if our guys can walk away tougher and more disciplined, and they're just proud to wear that Spalding singlet, then we've definitely succeeded.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Students, we're going to go to you guys now and ask a series of questions. First one, we'll start, Shane, with you and work our way down. Just introduce yourself. Tell us your name and tell us your grade level.
My name is Shane Henson. I wrestle at 190 weight class, and senior year, 12th grade.
Perfect. Jaden?
I'm Jaden Thomas. I wrestle at 175, and I'm a senior at Griffin High.
My name is Zoe Scott. I wrestle at 150, and I'm a junior in Griffin High.
Perfect. Jonathan?
My name's Jonathan Gensler, and I wrestle at 132.
John Searcy. I wrestle at 150, and I'm an 11th grader.
Tommy?
Tommy Glass. I wrestle at 157, and I'm a sophomore.
Great. And we'll stay with Tommy and work our way back down for this next question. Tommy, I want you to tell us, what are your strengths as a wrestler, and how do you use those to help the team?
I feel like my strength as a wrestler is my adaptability and my endurance. I feel that me having good adaptability to learn moves faster, I can help my teammates learn the moves as well, like the younger kids, like Hoffman said. And I also feel like my endurance can keep like going live wrestling with my teammates, keep them going, keep them motivated. It all works out in a way.
Perfect, perfect. John, same question. What are your strengths as a wrestler? How do those make your team successful?
I believe my strength as a wrestler is my attention to detail. By adjusting these small details, I can help our wrestlers improve a great amount.
That's great. That's great. Jonathan, same question.
My biggest strength is probably my dedication to it. I've been doing it for 4 years, so I'm able to help kind of bring that same level of desire to the other newer guys who have never maybe done this before, probably spark a new love for a sport that they've never done before. And I kind of just help use that to kind of just bring the team up a notch. You know what I mean? Like if they're going into practice, maybe not feeling it 100%, we try to get that desire into them. Because if they're going to be, good on the mat, they're going to be good off the mat. And that's just kind of how we help it.
That's great. That's great. We'll come over here to Griffin. Zoe, we'll start with you. What are your strengths as a wrestler, and how do you use those to make the team successful?
I would say my endurance and ability to break things down for my teammates. It helps in practice for the freshmen and sophomores when they're trying to learn a move. If you're able to slow it down and break it down in a way they'll understand, and having the endurance helps me be able to keep up with everyone and just move at the pace that everyone needs me to.
Perfect. Jaden, same question.
My biggest strength is my experience. If any of the newer wrestlers need help learning a move, like any new technique, they can always count on me to help them out with anything. And that's it.
That's great. That's great. Shane, tell us what are your strengths as a wrestler and how you use those to make your team successful?
I believe my strength is to be able to read my opponent. So when we're doing sparring sessions with my team, I'm able to show them what they need to help work on and their problems and what they can how they can better their techniques, basically.
That's great. That's great. So we'll go to Zoe first, and this next question, we'll work our way down, then go to Spalding. Zoe, tell us how practice has been this season, and as an individual, what are you focused on improving in practice?
Practice has been fun and challenging, and personally I'm focusing on building more confidence and working on takedowns and just fighting while in neutral.
Great. Jaden, same question.
Practice has been going smoothly. I expect to improve on my neutral game, my aggressiveness, and my grappling overall.
That's it. Shane?
Practice has been very fair and fun. I believe Coach Ham has done a great job in allowing our new wrestlers to learn the basics and learn their basic moves before they get out there on the mat since it's their first year wrestling.
Perfect, perfect. Let's start with Tommy and tell us what's your past practice been? What are you working on improving?
Practice has been good. I feel like the energy is there. We're just working on getting everyone in wrestling shape, and I feel like I'm trying to improve the most on my defense. I'm a very offensive-heavy guy, so I'm trying to work on my defense, counter shots, etc.
Perfect. John, same question.
Question?
Yeah, sure. How's practice been this season, and what are you as an individual trying to improve?
Practice has been pretty tough, but makes me challenge myself and helps me improve greatly. And one thing I'm focused on improving is having proper technique. Instead of using brute strength to try to take my opponent down, trying to use my body placement to use that to have leverage over them.
Great, great. Jonathan, same question. How's practice been? What are you trying to improve on?
I mean, it's been pretty good, honestly. I think we're really ahead on the ball on this one, and we've really been just drilling technique as a team, trying to get us more uniform, getting new guys in. But personally, trying to work on mainly just technique, the little gaps in there, trying to fine-tune that. If it's something on neutral, bottom, top, whatever, it's just trying to get it fixed.
That's great. And we'll stay with you, Jonathan, for this next question. We talked about you as individuals, right? Tell us about your team's biggest strength and why.
I think just genuinely the love for the sport. We got, again, a lot of new guys that, frankly, I've never seen before have such a strong love for the sport, off rip. most of the time they're either timid or they don't know, but a lot of guys in there really want to learn. They actually really want to try, and so it's a lot of fun to see that out of them. And I think that's our biggest strength. It's kind of like our natural love and dedication to the sport.
Great, great. John, same question. Team's biggest strength and why?
Team's biggest strength is our dedication. Even our new wrestlers push themselves to be good because they have a love for the sport.
That's great. Tommy, team's biggest strength and why?
Like both of them said, love, dedication. I feel that our team, we work harder in practice because we love each other. We make each other better. We keep each other going, and I think that's a major key in what our team is and how our team's going to be great.
That's great, great. We'll start with Zoe and work our way down. Same question. What's your team's biggest strength and why?
I would say it's their adaptability. Even the newer teammates, they're able to learn moves pretty quickly and easily and use them later on.
Great. Jaden?
My team's dedication. See, like the newer wrestlers, ever since they started, I knew they had a good mentality to stick with the sport. Nobody has quit yet, and I'm impressed, I would say, for my team.
That's great. Shane?
Also believe it's the team's dedication because I can see during practice when anybody would mess up or want to learn a move, they would want to get better. They would want to improve in their skills and eventually win against their opponent that we're like sparring against that day.
Perfect, perfect. Now I got one more question for each of y'all. It's going to be a little different for each student. We'll start with Shane. Talk to us about being a senior leader on the team. How does that look? How have you stepped into that leadership role, and kind of what is challenging about that for you as an individual?
I believe since I have experience with a year experience of wrestling, I can help the newer guys learn, guys and gals, learn like the proper techniques. What was the other question?
Are there any challenges or any things that have been difficult for you taking on that leadership role, or have there been people that have helped you become a better leader?
I haven't seen any challenge so far with help teaching. Everybody is eager to learn, eager to better themselves on the team.
That's great. That's great. Hey, Jaden, talk to us about in wrestling the importance of physical conditioning, like not only endurance but also strength training. How has that impacted you as a wrestler, and how does it help your team?
Ever since my first year of wrestling, I've always been struggling with my cardio and my physical strength, and I know if I continue to push my team through these intensive trainings, we could all get better as a team, and we could all win. It's not just me winning, it's the whole team winning.
Got it. Zoe, I want you to tell people something that folks that are sitting at home, maybe on their couch, watching us on YouTube, what is something about wrestling that a spectator or somebody that just maybe comes to a match or sees y'all in the hallway may not know? What is something that you'd want to convey to them, maybe that either whether it's something that's really hard that you guys have to do or something that's really fun that maybe not everybody gets to see?
A lot of wrestling, I think it's portrayed as being more difficult and hard, and it's just challenging, but once you get into it, it actually ends up being really fun, and it's a nice way to help bring people out of their shell and help them gain more confidence in themselves and just how they are as a person. I think it just really helps people mentally.
That's great. That's great. And Jonathan, my question for you is going to be about mentality, right? When you get in that circle, it's just you and the other person, right? And so what goes through your head at that moment, and how can you train your mental state to be prepared for matches?
Yeah, good question. Like if I'm just, when it's that step time, it's kind of go time, I'm just thinking of my quickest takedowns, what to go through, whether it's, swing single, double leg, it's whatever. I'm just going towards them and I'm trying to give it to them. I'm not trying to stall. I'm not just trying to mess around. I'm really trying to get the match done. I'm not trying to just win. I'm not just trying to win by decision. I'm trying to pin them. I'm trying to earn the most points for my team or just myself. And I think a big mentality for that is kind of like keeping a strong head. You know what I mean? You're going to have a tough match. There's no such thing as a weak opponent. You're always going to have someone good. You're always going to have someone who's going to push you, and that's on the mat, off the mat. You're always going to have someone pushing you. And again, that's always a good example to show the newer guys too. It's just trying to get that running through them so that way when they step on the mat, they're just as ready.
That's great. Hey, John, why should I participate in wrestling? If I'm a student and I see the wrestling team, why should I wrestle?
a big part of it is the connection wrestlers have, because we're with each other through the hardest times, and we also have a lot of fun together. So you have a special connection with all the wrestlers, and that makes it special.
That's great. That's great. Tommy, as a sophomore, talk to us about how you've got juniors and seniors that you've looked up to, but also freshmen behind you. How is being in that role of kind of between the upperclassmen and underclassmen? How do you navigate that, and how do you become a leader, but also still learn from those guys that have been there before?
Looking up to my upperclassmen, like seniors and juniors, from them I expect high pace. I expect them to show me the way and just keep me in a good path. And then to my younger classmen, the freshmen, I try to show them how to be what working hard will get you to, because I wouldn't be here right now if I had to work as hard as I did my first year, and I just want to keep that going on and on as I get older and go up in grade.
Perfect, perfect. Coaches, why should students wrestle?
I'm probably the biggest proponent for wrestling. I truly think that every kid should have to do wrestling or ROTC. Reason is you're not going to find a sport that requires more discipline, not from a team aspect, but from you personally. It is the only sport in high school that is an individual sport. And you have got to learn how to be humble with the wins, but in the losses. And those are life lessons. You can't just walk out and be great at this either. I've been around this since I was 4, and I've never seen anybody walk out and be a great wrestler. It just doesn't happen. And it doesn't matter if you're the best athlete or the strongest kid. This is a sport that you actually have to work out. You have to actively put in effort day in and day out through the aches, the pains, and the hurts, and continue to push through that to win. And I think all those things translate into life. There's a lot of days I don't get up and I don't want to come to work, but I show up, There's a lot of days I want to get up and don't line my life with people, but I have to. And I think all those aspects translate from wrestling into life in every way.
And Coach Hoffman touched on the biggest thing is with wrestling, it's you. You're the only person that can push yourself to be great. So that's one of the biggest things in life is people trying to find out who they are as a person. Wrestling's going to force you to find out who you are as a person because it's just you in there fighting against yourself. So regardless if you play another sport, you look across sports, wrestlers tend to be great all across the board because they learn that dedication. They learn how to push themselves. They learn how to just not only do good when people are watching, but how to do the behind-the-scenes stuff. And then even in the workforce, you look at job qualities. That's hard work, dedication. That's doing the little things. That's what wrestling is attention to the little things and making sure that you're on top of yourself so that way you're not waiting for somebody to tell you what to do.
Perfect, perfect. Coaches, tell us when we can catch your wrestling teams either at home or close by. If there's any key matches that you guys want to highlight for the folks sitting at home that want to come support our wrestling programs.
So next Wednesday, November 14th, we will be at Spalding High School, Griffin, Spalding, and McDonough.
That's great. What time will that start? About 5 o'clock?
We should start about 5:36. And I will say this too. You asked any key matches. The kicker to this is every match matters. So when it comes to tournament time, state tournament, any of that, those wins and losses, they come into effect as far as seeding goes. The higher the seed, usually the easier the route. So every match really matters in that aspect of it. But yeah, we'll be at home next Wednesday. Like you said, us, Griffin, and McDonough. And then we actually wrestle at home the following Wednesday again. And that one will actually be against two of the teams in our region.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for sharing with us. We appreciate your passion. Athletes, we appreciate your hard work, right, your discipline, but also how you represent us, right? You're great representatives of what it means to be a Spalding County athlete, a Griffin High School athlete, right? And so we're all proud of you. Thank you for what you do. We can't wait to see you on the mat and hope to cheer for you all the way from here to maybe a state tournament berth. This is what we're pulling for all you guys to get. So we're going to transition from wrestling into girls basketball right now. As we do that, I want to ask our wrestlers to come in the front. We'll take a group picture, and then we'll transition. Thank you, guys. Welcome back to Griffin-Spalding County School Winter Sports Media Day. We are now joined by the girls basketball coaches and student athletes representing Griffin High School and Spalding High School. We're going to start with a few questions for our coaches, then have a few questions from our student athletes. Start first with Coach Johnson. Coach, if you'll introduce yourself, introduce the student athletes to your right, and tell us their name and the position, grade level and position they play for you.
All right. Good afternoon. I am Coach Roy Johnson. I am the head girls basketball coach here at Griffin High School. To my right, I have my junior guard, point guard, Aaron Barlow, and also Naya Andrews. She's also a guard and a junior at Griffin.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Coach Milner, introduce yourself and the student athletes to your left.
Kyra Milner. I am the girls basketball coach at Spalding High School. This is my first year. I have Kaden Johnson, who is a junior, and then I have Jada, who is a sophomore.
All right, perfect. Coaches, we'll stay with you, Coach Milner, for the first question. You mentioned this is your first season as the head coach at Spalding High School, so tell us what you're looking forward to most this season.
I'm looking forward to building a new culture. I'm very excited. Back at my alumni, I played there all 4 years of high school, so I'm just excited to see what we have in store. We've been working hard in the off season, and I'm ready to get it going.
Perfect. Coach Johnson, so you've been to Griffin a few years, had some teams that were very, very successful, right? Won a championship, but also had some teams that, have had a little less success than that. What are you most looking forward to as you've kind of built your program and gotten things rolling? What gets you excited about this season?
Well, first I'm excited because, I basically have my whole team coming back. These young ladies have been playing since, as juniors, they've been playing since they were freshmen. So I'm very excited to see them grow and take it to another level. I think that they are ready to become leaders and to be the next group that does something special at Griffin.
Perfect. And we'll stay, Coach, with you. Talk to us about you bringing your whole team back. What do you focus on in practice to help that team kind of take that next step, pick off from where they were last year and go 2-3 steps further?
Well, the unfortunate thing is that the season came to an abrupt end, but we learned a lot of lessons in our last game. And so I think that's what's really helping us at practice now. We're moving a lot faster. We're thinking quicker. We're making adjustments better. And I think that's the growth and the maturity of the young ladies as you grow within the program.
Perfect. And Coach Milner, it's a similar question. Taking over a program, what are you focused on in practice to get your students ready and your athletes ready to play basketball in the vision that you've set and the way and the manner that you want them to?
So our main focus in practice is just working on discipline, making sure we're holding everybody accountable so that when we get time to come to game time, we're not focused on, well, she didn't do this. We're all on the same page, working on discipline, holding each other accountable, and just making sure we're working hard at all times, giving it 110%.
Perfect. We'll stay with you, Coach Milner. Let's talk about key attributes or skills. What kind of key attributes or skills are you looking for someone to be a Spalding Lady Jags basketball player?
It's nothing I'm just particularly looking for. I'll take anybody who's willing to work, come in, work hard, accepting to learn, being coachable. If you're coachable, I can teach you whatever you need to know. So it's not like one particular thing that I'm looking for from a player, but if you're coachable, you come in ready and willing to work, have at it. Come on. I would love for you to be a part of our team.
Perfect. Coach Johnson, same question. What skills or attributes are you looking for your student athletes to be successful in your program?
I'm going to second that. It's the thing about it is just making sure that we have enough girls that want to play the game. We've been fortunate this year that we had a lot of young ladies that wanted to step in and try and play, but they're raw. Like, they really don't know the game. And so that's our job. I mean, we're not only coaches, but we're also teachers. So we're just taking our teaching from the classroom and just putting it on the court to help those young ladies. But it also gives our older young ladies an opportunity to become leaders because they're going to show them how it should be done. If they're doing it the right way, then it'll trickle down, and then that's how you start building the program.
Perfect. And we'll stay with you, Coach Johnson. Griffin has long had high expectations of our basketball programs, right? And so both on the court and off the court, what will make this year a success for you in Griffin High girls basketball?
Our goal is, to be honest, we want to get back to winning region championships first. So we're going to take that first step. I think that these young ladies are very hungry. I know I am. You know, there has been some people that feel like they're better without us, and I disagree with that. And I think these young ladies are going to go out and show them that, hey, you should stay where you were. And I agree that we're going to win that region, and then we're going to do what's next after that.
Perfect. And Coach Milner, similar question, right? You know, taking over a program that has had success a few years ago, right? You know, Spalding in the last 10 years has won a state championship also, but now it's had a few years of some challenging times on the court. What are your goals this season, not only on the court, but also off the court? What would make it a successful year for you?
Right now, I'm just laying the foundation, building one brick at a time. As long as they come in, work hard, we're getting better every day. That's my ultimate goal for the entire season. Just as long as we're getting better every day. And what you'll see from us this season is every game that we play, you'll see something that we're working on, building on, just building blocks all season long. You'll see that every game that we're playing.
Perfect. Student athletes, we're going to come to you now. We're going to start with Naya first and work our way all the way down. Tell us first your name, grade level, and the position you play on the team.
My name is Naya.
We have to switch it out. Try it again.
My name is Nayana Andrews. I'm in the 11th grade, and I'm a guard.
My name is Aaron Barlow. I'm a junior, and I'm a point guard.
Great. Hayden?
My name is Kaden Johnson. I'm a junior, and I'm a point guard.
Great. Jada?
My name is Jada Olivier Pennyman, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm a shooting guard.
And Jada, we're going to stay with you for this next question, okay? Jada, talk to us about your strengths as a basketball player and how you use your strengths to make your team better.
My strength as a basketball player is not giving up and hustling on the court, and I use that to help my team by speaking motivation to them and not to give up and keep going.
That's great. Kaden, same question. What are your strengths as a player, and how do you use those to make the team better?
My strength as a player is communication. I do that to make sure we all on the same page and keeping energy up on and off the court.
Awesome. Aaron?
My strength as a player is my IQ, and I use that to help my team as being like a leader and helping everybody know what to do and where to go on the court.
Got it. Mariana?
Strengths as a basketball player is that I'm a very versatile player, and I just make plays and make sure everybody gets what they need done.
Perfect. We're going to start with Aaron for this next question. Aaron, talk to us about practice. How's practice been this season? And as an individual, what are you really trying to work on improving?
Practice has been great so far. We've really been focused on strength and conditioning and fixing our little mistakes. And yeah.
Great.
Yeah, practice has been very good. We've been working on getting in shape and fixing the little things.
All right, we'll go over to Kaden. Same thing. How's practice been this season, and what are you focused on improving?
Practice has been good. We've been focusing on our chemistry and tightening up everything. And personally, I've been working on a consistent shot.
Right. Jada?
Has been good. We've been working on communicating and other things like that, but me personally, I've been trying to work on my ball handling.
Awesome. We're going to go to Kaden for this next question. Kaden, I want you to think about your team, right? What is your team's biggest strength and why?
I would say our team's biggest strength is how much we trust each other. Us with trust that leads to us moving the ball good on the court and us playing good no matter the opponent.
That's great. Jada, what do you think your team's biggest strength is and why?
I feel like my team's biggest strength is that we treat each other like family, and when it comes to being on the court, we have good chemistry and communicating.
Awesome. Aaron, what do you think your team's biggest strength is and why?
I think our team's biggest trait is our chemistry because we've been playing together for a while and we trust each other and everybody know what the next person can do and we know how to work together.
I would say that our team's biggest strength is that we are a very fast team and also that
That's great. So I got a question for all the student athletes. I want y'all to look to the middle at your coaches. And what we're going to do is I want you to give me one word that best describes your coach. Who wants to go first? Y'all all giggling at each other, laughing. Tell me one word that describes either Coach Milner or Coach Johnson. Go ahead, Jada.
She's very determined, very determined to make us a better team and just help us get 1% better each day.
That's great. I like that. Determined. What you got, Caden?
I would say competitive.
Competitive. Gotcha. Aaron, Coach Johnson, one word.
I think Coach Johnson is very outspoken. Like when he wants something to be done, we got to get it done.
I gotcha. Outspoken. Can I have?
I would say that Coach Johnson is very humble and the opposite of humble at the same time.
I gotcha. Hey, there you go. Now, hey, so Coach Johnson, I want you to tell me how you can describe these two athletes. You're right. What do they bring to the team, and how do they make y'all better?
Oh, these two young ladies are see, it's kind of hard because I taught them in class.
Mm-hmm.
You see how they're laughing? They're silly, but I just enjoy those two young ladies. They have great spirits. They're hard workers, and they're good young ladies, you know. And of course, and the good thing, they're both raised right, and so it really helps me out. And but I just love being around these two, you know. That's why they're here.
That's great. Coach Milner, talk about the two to your left. Tell us about them. Why do they make the team better, and what are you kind of most proud of them, or what attributes or what do they do that sticks out and makes a great impact on the team?
I've only been around them a short period of time, but last couple of months I could see they're leaders. Sometimes they might be a little shy with it, but I keep encouraging them to make sure, look, it's your role, you're a leader. They don't mind being in the front. They don't mind leading the team. I need them to demonstrate something. They're there to demonstrate it. And they're silly too. You probably wouldn't think it right now, but they're silly too. I can't, if I'm yelling, I can't look at them because they might be making a face like, and I might just start laughing. So they are silly, but they are leaders. They I can if I have to run to the restroom or do something in practice, I can leave them out there to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'll say that about them.
That's great. Coach Johnson, so a lot of basketball coaches are often in the gym all day, but you have a role in the classroom that's really important, and you do a great job in that. How does being a teacher of a content area change or impact the way you coach and how you relate to students?
To be honest, I try to use what we do in the classroom the same way in the gym when we're at practice. You want to have your warm up, and then you give them what you want for your lesson for the day, talk about it, discuss it, explain it, and then let them go and do it. And so you do the same thing with the classroom as well as on the court. So a lot of times, it seems like it's very meticulous, but it's really just so they can prepare and be ready for game time situations. So,
perfect. Coach Milner, you're taking over a Spalding High program at a school you went to. You mentioned you're a Spalding High alumnus. What does that mean to you to be able to take over a program that you were once part of?
It means a lot because I started there. That's where I became a young woman. I learned a lot of life lessons. So to be able to go back and give back to the same school that kind of helped raise me, it means a lot because I can mentor and build these young ladies up to be more mature and be successful women in life. So I'm excited about it. I'm glad to be back home.
Perfect, perfect. Got just a couple more quick questions. We'll start with Jada. Game's on the line. You got to make a last shot. Who on your team do you want to have the ball in their hands?
I say our senior Maddie, because she's like a good shooter.
Gotcha. Caden, game on the line.
Yeah.
Who's getting the ball? Yeah, you tell us. Who do you think? Who do you want to have the ball? Game on the line. You got to make a shot to win. Who do you want to have the ball?
I think I would agree with Jada. Maddie, she just know what to do in those moments, so I'll pass it to Maddie too.
Gotcha. Aaron, game on the line. Who do you want to have the ball in their hand?
On the line, I'm putting the ball in my hands.
You want the ball in your hands. I like it. All right, go ahead. Naya?
If we going for a 3, I would say Kamaya Hancock, and then if we going for like a layup, I'll say Aaron.
Gotcha. I'm not going to ask the coaches. I don't want y'all to reveal too much right now. That's great. Last question for everybody. Why do you play basketball? Y'all can go in any order. Why do you play basketball? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy, right? It takes a lot out of y'all. Why do you choose to do this? Go ahead, Aaron.
I play basketball. Basketball is like a piece of mind. I've been playing it for so long. It just comes natural. Like, it's just something I want to do. Make me get up in the morning. Make me be a student athlete.
I love it. Who else wants to answer? Or why do you want to coach basketball? Coaches can answer too. Why basketball? Yeah, go. Tell us, why do you coach basketball? Think because we pay y'all a lot.
I coach because I want to give back. Somebody had to coach me. I fell in love with the game at a young age, and I feel like if I'm in a position to be able to give back to the community, give back to the kids, why not? So that's my reason.
Go ahead, Coach.
You know, I agree with Coach. I just love the game, and I was blessed to end up here at Griffin, and now I really love these young ladies that I've been with, you know, for 4 years now, 3 years, really that 8th grade, so 4 years on. So I have really enjoyed being here, and they're the reason that wakes me up in the morning, you know, and knowing that we're going to get better each day. And what I love about them is I've changed something up. Like, we're practicing before school now, and then we go to school, and then they have the rest of the day. And, you know, you're thinking like, are they going to really buy into doing that? And they've done a better job. It's not every day, believe me, because I got to sleep too. But just seeing them be willing to wake up and do that, I got to get up, and it drives me to do better every day.
Perfect. Anybody else want to answer? Go ahead, Gabe.
Basketball, I just picked it up around middle school and I fell in love with it. Basketball, I love the friendships that come with it and the hard work that comes with it.
I play basketball because the people, it gives you like a lot of people, and the surroundings is very good. And it also gives you like a step into life, and you have to put in hard work and dedication. That could also help you when you get out of high school and other things.
Perfect. Go ahead, Jada.
I love basketball because it takes a lot of hard work, and I like to see the outcome and the improvement that I make from it. And I like the competition too.
Aaron, I got a question for you. A couple years ago, you had a pretty bad injury playing flag football, right? Talk to us about coming back from that and stepping back into an athletic role. What does that mean? Does it make you appreciate the game more? Does it make you have a different view of kind of that hard work and those early mornings? And how does it impact your mentality going into games?
Yeah, back when I tore my ACL my freshman year, it made me actually have to step back and actually look at the game. Like, I learned so much stuff when I was out than I ever did when I was in. Like, and coming back, it was just a mental thing. Like, I knew I wanted to come back to the sport. Basketball drove me to come back, take my physical therapy serious, keep going to practice even though I couldn't play. It was just basketball really the one that helped me get back to where I was going and my mentality.
Awesome. Coaches, talk to us about when we can catch you guys, any key games you want to highlight, home openers or tournaments or things like that we can see you guys.
Come out and support anytime you're free, any game. We're there.
Gotcha. And the season runs from, 2 weeks? Is that when you guys open? Or next week? Scrimmages are next week, and then they'll go through early February? End of January?
Yes.
Perfect. Coach, you got anything you want to highlight for us? Johnson?
Well, our scrimmage game will be on tomorrow out at Heritage High School in Conyers if you want to come out. Also on Saturday will be our first official game up at Drew High School. It's early in the morning, but if you want to come out, we're playing Dutchtown, and then our first home game will be November 13th. Had to move it up because our football team made it to the state playoffs, so we're proud of them. So we'll just move our game up, playing on Thursday night so they can enjoy that Friday. We're hoping that stadium's rocking on Friday night. So
Perfect. Ladies and coaches, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate your hard work, right? You represent each of us, right? You represent Griffin-Spalding County Schools, the Griffin and Spalding County communities. We're proud of how you represent us, the hard work you put in, the effort you show on the court. You guys, when I watch you, something that sticks out to me is you guys don't quit. You play with heart and intensity, and I think that's something that our community appreciates about you. And so thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you, and congratulations. We're going to have you guys come up front, in front of the tables. We're going to take a group photo, and we'll be transitioning into boys basketball. We'll take a quick break. Thank you. Welcome back to Griffin-Spalding County School Winter Sports Media Day. Today is our final session, which will be the boys basketball teams from Griffin High School and Spalding High School. We're joined by the coaches and student athletes representing the Griffin High Bears and the Spalding High School Jaguar basketball teams. We'll start first with some questions from our coaches. We'll start with Coach Moore. Coach, if you'll introduce yourself and the student athletes to your right, and if you'll tell us their name, grade level, and the position they play for you, please.
Sir, Damari Bailey, a senior point guard. Next to him is Devin Moore. He's our swing man. Next to him is J.J. Watts. Devin is a senior as well. J.J. Watts, he's a junior. He's the combo guard. And we got Innocence Piercy. He's a senior, and he's a shooting guard.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Coach West, if you'll introduce yourself and the student athletes to your left, including their name, grade level, and the position they play for you, please.
Coach West, Spalding High School head boys basketball coach. And to my left here, I have Baji Daniels. He's a senior guard. Willie Hightower, he is a junior forward. And Keelan Day, he is a junior guard.
Perfect. Thanks. We'll stay with you, Coach West. Coach, talk to us about this season. What are you most looking forward to this basketball season?
This year, I'm just looking forward to the work that we've been putting in as far as the weight room, the conditioning, us finally, being an older team. We've been young these last couple of years, so just looking to see how our experience plays off this year.
Perfect. Perfect. Coach Moore, same question. What are you looking forward to most this season?
This team here is a veteran team. They've been with me for 4 years. I'm looking for us to go further than we did last year. At the end of the season, they didn't feel good about it, and they told us that they were going to work to get us past that level. So I'm expecting this team to at least get deep into we're in the state title, right? That's what they say. So we're gonna try to win the state title.
That's right. That's right. I like it, Coach. Talk to us about, both of y'all mentioned having veteran teams, right? So how do you structure your practices, and what do you focus on in practice with a team maybe that has experience to get them ready to play versus teams maybe that don't have experience? You can go first, Coach Moore, and then we'll go to Coach West.
Well, I try to build every year so that I don't just fall off. I'll lose 7 of them next year, and then the next year I'll lose 7, but in the process I bring freshmen in that practice, but everybody conditioned the same way. Everybody gets the beginning of practice, everybody, we'll do the same drills. On some days I'll have it where just the young guys will come in and we work with them, but they get thrown in a lot of times with these guys because they had to get thrown in as well. And then we just kind of build like that. We spend a lot of individual time and detailed time on the detailed things of the game, on drills, doing the drills the right way. But it starts with us in the summertime. We do fall, we run, condition, lift weights, and we continuation all the way through the season.
Perfect. Coach West, same question. You mentioned having a more veteran team this year. So how do you structure practices and use your preseason to help prep with a veteran team versus a kind of inexperienced team?
This year we've been focusing more on just competing. In the past, we had to do more skill work, more developing, but we have a group that's kind of ready to play. So we did more competing and just more gameplay stuff and just competing at a high level. And one of the key things we tell them, we sometimes we may be the toughest team that we play all week. So just pushing each other every day in practice.
And speaking of key things, Coach, what key things, Coach West, do you look for your student athletes? What do you want to see out of them to know that you're going to have a good day, have a good week, have a good game, have a good year? Well,
it starts in the classroom, in the hallways. We tell them, be model students, be examples. So, anytime I go throughout the day and I don't have to get a call or a text about a student or a student athlete, then I know we're going to have a good day.
Great. Coach Moore, same question. What key things do you look for this season for your student athletes to be successful?
Well, some of the same things that Coach West look forward, and his kids, same with me. It's grades first. You can't play for me if you don't have the grades. I'm trying to get them in school. You can go to school. Every one of my players can go to school. You might not go as an athlete, but you can go as a student, and you're going to be a student first anyway. So that's my objective first, is to get them prepared to leave Griffin and to go off to college, if that's their choice.
Well, we'll stay with you, Coach Moore. Let's talk about success, right? You mentioned taking to the next level. But I want you to talk about on-court success and off-the-court success. What does a successful year look like for the Griffin Bears this year?
A successful year for us is deep into the state, winning the state. That's my goal every year. I think we are capable. We have the talent, the experience, the players to do it. Right now, we got a bunch of young guys that got a lot of experience. We got a lot of players that play with me that are playing football, so we got a deep team now. And that's one of the things. My ultimate goal is to win the region, win the state. That's every year. And that success in the classroom or in the building, in the community, is to represent, first of all, their families, then represent Griffin High School, represent you as our athletic county AD, our school AD, our principal, and I fall down at the bottom because I always tell them, if you do what you're supposed to, I'm gonna be represented well. So they know the standard for us is high academically. I mean, I can live with us not winning, but not doing what you're supposed to do in the classroom, I can't deal with that, and they know that.
That's great. Great. Coach West, same question. Talk to us about what success would mean on the court, but also off the court for you this year in the Spalding Jaguars.
So on the court, success for us would be just competing at a high level and just leaving everything, everything on the floor, not slacking or not having any regrets. So, and then as far as the classroom, kind of what Coach said, just, making sure that everybody's doing what they need to do, making sure that they're prepared for the next season of their life, whether it's college or, a trade, a job, or military. So that's the main thing, just making sure they're ready.
Perfect. Student athletes, we're going to ask you guys questions now. So we'll start, Innocent, you work down. Tell us your name, your grade level, and your position.
Repeat that.
Just tell us your name and your grade level and your favorite position to play.
My name is Innocent Piercy, class of 26, senior, shooting guard.
Okay.
That's class 27, point guard.
Devin?
Class 26, guard. Demar Bailey, class 2026, guard.
Baji?
Miss Baji Daniel, I'm a point guard and I'm in the 12th grade.
And Willie Hightower, in 11th grade, and I'm a wing.
Hey, I'm a guard, class 2027.
Perfect. We'll start with Keelan and work our way all the way back down. Keelan, tell us your strengths as a player, and how do you use those strengths to make your team better?
Some of my strengths, I find myself as a leader to the team, lead the team by example, and I help the team with scoring, so I bring a lot of scoring to the team.
Great. Billy, same question. What are your strengths as a player, and how do you make the team better?
I say just spreading the floor, defense and rebound.
As a player is my leadership skills on and off the court. I feel like if I could be a leader on the court, it'll help our team in the long run.
Great. DeMar?
My strengths on the court probably just being a leader and facilitating.
Perfect.
Or rebounding, defense, and encouraging my team.
That's great.
Strengths, I'm a defensive player, and I really do everything, and I'm very energetic.
My strengths are defense, shooting, and leadership.
Awesome. Guys, we're going to start now with Damari and work our way over from Griffin and then hop to Baji and work our way over from Spalding. So Damari, talk about practice this season. How's practice been, and what are you as an individual trying to improve?
Practice has been great this season, real intense and high energy. And what I've focused on this year, probably just being a leader, talking more.
Got it.
Practice has been good, like very intense. I want to work on my ball handling.
Good.
They have practice and have been real intense. And this year I will focus on handling the ball more and shooting more shots.
That's great. Here's
Practice has been good. We just focus on helping each other get better every day. And I focus on improving my ball handling.
Ball handling. All right. All right, Baji.
Practice has been good. It's been a lot of conditioning and a lot of weight room. And what I'm improving on is my defense. I want to get more steals this season.
That's great. Defense. All right, Willie?
Practice has been very competitive, but I've just been working on being consistent on whether it's offense or defense.
Willie, practice has been real competitive and all that. And I'm trying to be more of a leader off the court.
All right, leader off the court. That's great. I want you guys to think now, Baji, this question's coming to you first. We're working our way down and working our way back inside out. So Baji, think about your team now. We've talked about y'all as individuals. What is your team's biggest strength and why?
I feel like our team's biggest strength is our speed. We don't have that many big people, so I feel like we'll have to rely on our speed and transition. So I feel like our reliability is speed.
All right. Same question.
But just getting out and run, just pushing pace.
There's them pushing the pace, pushing the floor.
Okay, great. Lamar?
Our team's biggest strength is probably making teams scramble and having high endurance the whole game.
Yeah.
Our team's biggest strength is playing together.
Biggest strength is all of us being guards and stuff, and being able to handle the ball.
I feel like our team's biggest strength is defense.
Got it. I have a question for you guys now, and we'll start with Griffin, work our way back down to Spalding. A lot of guards here. I want to know, with a game on the line, whose hands do you want the ball in? Who's going to take that game-winning shot? Down 2. You got to have a game-winning shot. Innocent, start with you. Let's work our way down. Give me a name. Who getting the ball for the Griffin Bears for you to coach?
Like, DeMarcia had the ball.
Okay. All right. What?
Game on the line, so you get Ari Bailey.
All right. Okay. Uh-oh.
Get the ball to Innocent.
All right, Innocent. All right. DeMar, you got 2 votes. Innocent got 1. Where are we going?
He not here right now, but my boy Robert Sullivan.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. So y'all got a lot of confidence in all your teammates. I like that. Let's go to Baji. Game on the line. Who you giving the ball to?
I can't say like a name, but like I feel like we all should have the ball at the end of the game because we can all shoot the ball and score the ball.
Okay. All right. Willie, what's your name?
I say either Keelan or Baji.
It doesn't really matter to me, but if I had to choose, it'd be most definitely Willie.
All right. Hey, there we go. Hey, I want you guys to think now. Any student can answer. I want y'all to think of one word that describes your coach. DeMar, you going quick. Go ahead, DeMar, and then Baji. Well, yeah.
Energetic.
Energetic.
All the time.
I'll say encouraging.
Encouraging?
He encourages us a lot.
Gotcha. Y'all hop in there. It don't matter. It don't have to go in order. Who wants to go? Go ahead, Innocent.
I would say consistent, because regardless of what's going on, he always at practice. He always finds a way to be in the gym.
Gotcha. Consistent. I like that. Anybody else want to add one? Coach, I'm going to give y'all time now. So let's start with Coach West. Tell me about these 3 on the left. What describes them? Give me a word that describes each one of them.
I say all 3 of them hard work. I will say that they, when I challenge them or when the gym is open, weight room, skill work, they've been there. I can't say these 3 right here have put the work in. So it is going to show. I always tell them the work going to show whether you're putting it in or if you're not putting it in.
That's right. Can't cheat the game. It shows up at the end of the day. Coach Moore, give me a word for each one of your kids. Be collective, or each one can have a different one?
I mean, leaders.
Leaders.
I don't control practice, they control. I schedule it with the help of them, and pretty much the whole team. I ask them, and the team is run by the team. It's not run by me. I'm just there, part of it, to help them. So I just said leadership. This is great leadership right here.
Perfect. That's so important. What a blessing that is. So, last question for the guys, and we'll start with Keelan and work our way down. I just want to know why you play basketball. You got a lot of things you could do, right? You could do nothing, or you could play any sport you want, or you could be in any club activity, or you could sit at home, or you be with your friends. You put a lot of hard work. You put hours of blood, sweat, and tears into this game. So tell us why.
I just love the game.
You love it.
I've been playing it since I was a little boy, so I just love the game.
All right, Willie, why basketball?
I say just with the hard work, dedication, it can prepare you for the real world.
Like it.
It was basketball because I've been playing it since I was younger, and I feel like you can make a lot of different connections by playing basketball.
All right,
That's the game.
Probably my little brother. Like, he just my why, so just do everything for him.
Yeah.
My reason is be in shape all the time. Like, I just play.
I got it.
When I was younger, just fell in love with the game, and I just want to see my mama happy.
I like it. Yes.
I grew up playing, so I ended up falling in love with the game, so I just kept going.
Coach Moore, tell us why you coach.
I like coaching. I love it. It's a brotherhood. Watching these young men, each class graduate, and seeing them go off into the real world, I'm praying that I put something in them that they can take to make them, to help them be successful in life. That's my ultimate goal, is to and enjoy it. They'll tell you I'm hard on them, but they clown me all the time, but but I love it. I love being around them. They keep me young, and they always tell me every year I tell them how old I am, and they always pick at me about, oh, you 58 years old, and so they always picking at me. But I enjoy that. I enjoy being around them. They're good kids. Our community have a bunch of good kids, and I just love coaching kids. I enjoy being around them.
That's great. That's great. Coach West, why do you coach?
I think for me, it's just, just to mentor and inspire, making a difference in lives. Some of the people that I remember most, growing up are my coaches. So, I'm just hoping that I leave a big impact on them and just help them be better people for tomorrow.
Perfect. Coaches, tell us, when can we see you guys, either your first home game or any key games or tournaments that you guys want to emphasize? I know you want a big crowd every time the gym open, but if you can highlight a couple of those for us.
So we open up, our first scrimmage game will be next Tuesday. We'll be home. And then after that, we'll be on our first, official game will be Lovejoy and Northeast. So we open up on the 19th and the 22nd. It's a Thursday and Saturday at home.
Got it. Great. Coach Moore?
Our first scrimmage game is tomorrow against Heritage up at Heritage High School. And then we'll play Saturday. That's our first official game. We'll play up at Charles Drew High School in a tournament against, I think it's, Villa-Rica, that's right. Villa-Rica, and then we're off for 2 weeks. And then we'll kick it off again. We won't be home to play a home game until December. And I take that back until our Thanksgiving tournament. I apologize.
Got it. Perfect. Well, student athletes, we appreciate your hard work, right? We appreciate how you represent us as a community. Every time you put on that G or that S, you represent all of us out here, and we appreciate how you represent us with class and with hard work. Those are things that matter here in Griffin and Spalding County. And so when we see you guys out there working hard, never giving up, playing with diligence, and playing with heart, know that it means a lot to everybody from 8 to 80. And so know that you guys are doing something special, and we're behind you, and we appreciate all you guys do. We're going to wrap up Media Day now. We're going to have our coaches and athletes come in front of the table. We're going to take a group picture. We'll be finished. And for those of y'all still watching at home, again, want to encourage you to, if you haven't cast your vote, remember today's Election Day. Appreciate everybody viewing Winter Sports Media Day for Griffin-Spalding County Schools. Come support these student athletes on the courts, fields, as we compete